What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is X-plore Costa Rica. Today, we're gonna get and check out the mountains in Costa Rica. What's up, guys? My name is Jeff. This is my beautiful co-host and fiance, Liliana.
If you're new to our channel, please like and subscribe. We drop a video every Tuesday and Thursday with everything you need to know about visiting or living in Costa Rica.
We sure do. We also host a portfolio of some beautiful vacation rentals located in and around the country. That website popping up on bottom, explorevida.com. Get in, check us out, book your next vacation. We'd love to see you in Costa Rica. We'd love to accommodate your stay. And with that, it's time to jump right in and check out everything you need to know about visiting the mountains in Costa Rica. So, what's up, guys? Costa Rica is a mountainous country located in Central America. You have, how many mountain ranges do you have in Costa Rica?
Well, we have four, and these four are divided in two sections. It's the mid-central section of the country, which it's mainly the Guanacaste Range, Tilaran Mountains, and the Central Mountains. And then to the south we have the Talamanca Mountain Range, which is the oldest one and where we have the most important peaks in the country.
And thank you so much for getting that. I would have butchered those names. Most of the volcanoes are going to be in northern Costa Rica. Do you agree with that? San Jose, north towards the Guanacaste area. Well, Terrialba, I guess, is a little south, kind of Cartago, but mainly from the middle of the country running back up towards Nicaragua. You agree with that?
That's right. That's what we call it, the Central Mountain Range.
But today we're not here to talk about the volcanoes. We are here to talk about the mountains, and there are plenty of them. And guys, I was really blown away by the highest peak in Costa Rica is over 12,000 feet. Its name is?
The name is Cerro de la Muerte, and this is the highest point in the mountain in the Talamanca mountain range. And there is a pretty interesting highest point, or the highest peak in this area, and it's called Cerro de la Muerte, which in English will be the Hill of the Dead, which pretty much you are going to feel very much alive when you get there.
I love it. All right, guys. So one of the biggest questions we get is, what do you need to wear when you're hiking or visiting the mountains of Costa Rica? Obviously, you gain elevation very, very quickly. I mean, if you've ever drawn from like Punta Arenas to San Ramon or La Fortuna, I mean, you're pretty much going straight up. Or if you're leaving, going to the beach, I mean, you're literally, it's just straight down. So on average, the average temperatures in any mountainous regions are between 64 to 75 degrees. It does get cold in Costa Rica.
And also, depending on the time of the year, it can get colder and colder. Like right now, where we're December, is the coldest time. It's pretty chilly. It can get more chilly when it's in the mountains.
Very true. So again, if you're visiting places like Monteverde, they're going to have patio heaters. We've covered this on other episodes. You definitely need pants, maybe a hoodie, some long sleeve shirts, shoes and socks are a must, but it actually gets a lot colder than that. I mean, you know, La Fortuna, to me, I mean, you're in the mountains, but you're not in La Fortuna. That to me is like the perfect climate in La Fortuna. I don't think the weather gets any better, at least for this gringo. But in a lot of these mountain communities, you get high in elevation very, very quickly. You definitely need to bring rain gear. You need a hoodie, a sweater, jeans. You know, this would be no different than going for a hike in Colorado on a spring or fall day.
Let's remember that Costa Rica, it's surrounded by a lot of mountains and more than 350 peaks in the country. And this is because of many volcano eruptions that happened years ago. So this made the Valle Central, the Central Valley, is surrounded by big mountains.
Very true indeed. So if you love to hike, this is a country for you. Let's talk about the nature, the wildlife, because if you're coming to Costa Rica, I'm sure that is on your bucket list. Shockingly, now not at the peaks of all these mountains, but shockingly in the inner portions, La Fortuna, Monteverde, I mean the list goes on and on, but up in the mountains is where you are going to find the highest population of snakes in Costa Rica. I thought it would have been on the beach. I was completely wrong. It's actually up in the mountains. What else can you expect to see in the mountains of Costa Rica?
Yeah, you can expect to see beautiful and colorful birds like the Quetzal. And if you go to lower hills, like by the beach, you can see the red macaws. Those are our favorites.
Yeah, and those are more kind of like the hills. I mean, where we live, I call them hills and mountains, but that's more of a lower elevation species of a bird. It's our favorite. We love the lapas. We love the toucans. Toucans are probably my favorite bird to watch. I mean, they're killers. It's just a very impressive species of bird. But again, back to the higher elevations, there's sloths in a lot of these places. Now, of course, I mean, when you're on a mountain peak, the higher you go in less elevation, it's like anywhere in the world, the less stuff that grows, the less stuff that grows, the less stuff that lives in and around these areas. But basically on lower elevation, sloths, some monkeys, and a whole variety of snakes and reptiles is truly where you'll find these things.
Yes, we actually saw a very different species of animal, and this happened when we went at the Turrialba volcano, and it's the coyote.
Red coyote, yeah,
red coyote.
Yeah. And back where I'm from, there are coyotes everywhere. In Costa Rica, this is a treat. We actually do have deer in Costa Rica. We forgot to mention that, but we do have deer. They're not very big and they're not very abundant, but we do have wild deer, and we did get to see a red coyote. Unfortunately, as quickly as we saw it, we were driving one way, it was coming another way. We all kind of did one of those and went our own way. So I wish we had some video of it. We don't. I didn't even get a picture of the guy, but that was pretty cool. So again, there's an abundance of wildlife when you're hiking in Costa Rica. We also do have pumas and large cats in Costa Rica. So, if you're hiking, obviously do not go by yourself. We're going to get in that in the safety aspect of it. And I always like to carry a stick or something, just in case puma jumps out the trees, I can defend myself. If it's a snake, puma, I'm probably going to be your hero fighting it off. If it's a snake, I'm going to scream like a little boy and run for my life. So, don't judge me, please.
Something very interesting about Costa Rica and visiting the mountains, discovering volcanoes, is that a lot of this volcano, you can actually get up to the crater and stand there and look at the lake inside the crater. So it's pretty cool. So we have most of the most awesome craters in the world.
Let's get right into things to do in the mountains of Costa Rica. So we love hiking volcanoes. In Costa Rica, we have a lot of very active volcanoes to where you can get incredibly close to the crater. We were in Turrialba. I mean, it was spewing ash and just sulfur clouds. It was truly incredible. Arenel did not disappoint us either. Barbara?
Barba.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. I'm working on my Spanish. That was incredible that day. So if you're looking to hike some volcanoes, we got you in Costa Rica. I would say you need to do a little bit of homework, watch some of our videos, because not all volcanoes are the same. We got some real easy hikes, and we got some hikes that you're going to have to earn every single step to get to the volcano. What you got?
Actually, the highest the elevation, the earliest you need to wake up and try to get there. If you don't have the ticket, if you haven't booked your tour, it's always better to get there really, really early so you don't miss the hike, and anything can happen. The rain happens to us once. We have to run back to the car because we couldn't even make it to the initial point. So. Very
true. So other activities before we get to the safety aspect of it is anytime in the mountains of Costa Rica, there is an abundance of ziplining. If you are looking to zip line, this is anywhere you want to be. I promise you, you will find what you're looking for. There's an abundance of ATVs, waterfalls, really anything you're looking to do. Towards the Monteverde Verde and La Fortuna area. You're gonna see a lot of sloth tours. You're gonna see a lot of reptile tours, especially Monteverde. I think that's the biggest thing I saw in Monteverde were the snake night tours. How cool is that? Not for me, but hey, different strokes for different folks. So let's get into another big thing is how safe am I in the mountains of Costa Rica? The mountains of Costa Rica, I have never been intimidated. There's a few areas in San Jose. We've covered this in other episodes. You definitely got to be very careful. There are some other areas around the country where I would stress using extreme caution, but just being careful of your surroundings. I have never felt this in the mountains of Costa Rica. I think it's a more conservative kind of part of the country. People are very, very nice. So I think it's very safe. What do you got?
Yes, most of the explorers, they've been experiencing hard time when trying to trespass the limits. When they want to go to the national parks, maybe it's closed, maybe it's closed for the day, you know, for some reasons and protection for the people. They have some limitations, so the people that want to trespass those limits, like some person right here, and they can get in trouble with the police or with the...
What I always tell people is I live in Costa Rica. I still don't like to hike by myself. It is a third world country. All the horror stories, and we hear horror stories from anywhere in the world. Typically, the common denominator, is you're by yourself. Okay, so when you're hiking, if a puma comes out of the trees, it's better 2-on-1. I guess if a snake starts chasing you, it's my worst dreams. Probably better 2-on-1. Although I will see you back in town. I will run back to town if it's a big snake. I promise you that. But just be smart. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're out there all by yourself. That's truly when bad things can happen in Costa Rica.
That's right. However, the stories of the pumas attacking people or these wild animals, they're not really common. I mean,
No,
you
they're
don't see really cases like you see in America. No, it's not really, no.
Even the pumas live a pure Vida lifestyle. We're happy. So even the pumas in Costa Rica are happy. So last point before we let you guys go is our number one most dangerous experience in the mountains of Costa Rica had absolutely nothing to do with the people and everything to do with the weather. Costa Rica is a very remote country when you get out there by yourself. And I was hiking with two people. I got separated from the group. I was more focused on drone and B-roll for the channel. And I paid dearly that day, being very, very cold. What about you?
Well, we did great. What happens also in Costa Rica with these national parks is few of them, maybe the ones that are not so popular, is a little harder the access. In this case, the national park was 2 kilometers away from the point that you cannot bring the car up to the
front gate.
The front gate, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have to leave the car like 2 kilometers and then start walking from there. We didn't expect that. This was really our first time, but we were told it is gorgeous. So we decided to go. We went to the wrong time. You need to go earlier if you don't want to miss these incredible views to the crater and the lake. So we're gonna leave you in the descriptions all the list of the places where there are more safety or the instructions so you can enjoy the most your trip.
Great idea. So again, check the descriptions. We'll leave some links and some comments to some of our funnest volcanoes, what times and stuff like that. If you're looking to hike, come to Costa Rica. If you're looking for animals, come to Costa Rica. If you're trying just to live a pure Vida experience, we got you in Costa Rica. So guys, that's all we got for today. Make sure you like and subscribe. We drop a new video every Tuesday and Thursday with everything you need to know about visiting or living in Costa Rica. That website popping up on bottom, explorevida.com. Get in, check us out, book your next vacation. We'd love to see you in Costa Rica. We'd love to accommodate your stay. And with that, pura vida.
Pura vida.
Bye-bye.